Come. Come. Push. Push. Up, push. 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 Back up. Back up. Push. Push. Good boy. Good boy. Push. Platz. Come. Push. Push. Sits. Out. Center. Sits. Platz. Hi, we're going to talk about prong collars today. A lot of training tools out there, a lot of misconceptions about the prong collar, so I'm going to talk about that real quick. Won't waste a lot of your time. Appreciate you looking at the video, and comments are always appreciated down on the bottom, and I will not block your comments as long as they're civil. Okay. Anyway, please like our page, also our YouTube channel. Prong collar, I've used for years, and the ultimate goal with a prong collar is to get your dog off the prong collar. You know, is to train your dog, you know, for 100% obedience. You know, yeah, you'll always, you know, when you're out in public, have your dog on some kind of collar if you're responsible. Prong collar is not. It is such a great tool. It's not cruel. It's not anything but great, in my opinion. Okay, everybody has a lot of different opinions, and I'm just going to explain to you mine and how I place my prongs on my dogs and how I use them. Anyway, the prong collar, to put it on, I use only the Herm Springer prong collar, by the way. There's multiple reasons why, and I do not ever use a quick release. My prong collars have never come undone when put on correctly. And you simply just take the prong collar and put it together. One thing I never ever do is take the prong collar and put it on the dog, what I call upside down. I would never ever have the prongs against the dog's windpipe, trachea, or anything down here. And I would always have it up high. So the prong collar never slips over a dog's head, and when the dog is in a sit, you bring it up and around, put the prong collar on, and it fits very tight. Okay, not so tight where the dog cringes, but tight enough where it's not, hopefully not going to slip. If it's just a little loose and it does slip, you might get one good correction out of it. Just pay attention to it and make sure that you put the prong collar back up in the correct place for your next correction. Okay, I have to do that all the time because I'd rather have a little loose prong collar than a too tight of one. So when I put the prong collar on, I heel my dogs on my left. So I take these pieces right here, and I take the D-ring, the only ring that I use, and I put it all the way down here. And so when a dog is in a sit, I put it on, and that puts the D-ring right under the dog's right ear, okay, or just to this, right below the dog's right ear. And that's how the prong collar goes on. And when you give a dog a correction, it's a correction. Okay, so your leash should never be tight. Should never have any tension on it at all. If it has tension on it, then you need a correction to get the tension off. Okay, never ever walk your dog with, or do anything with your dog with tension on the prong collar. If there's tension, correct him, stop getting it into a position, and then proceed. Your leash basically should be loose. Should be loose. Okay, there should be no tension on the leash. If there is, you're not doing it right. This is incorrect. When you see somebody put this on their dog like this, and they call this a V or whatever, Okay, that's incorrect because it's up against the windpipe and trachea and so on and so forth. This is the correct way to put it on the back of the dog's neck. Okay, as high as it'll go, right behind the ears. When you control the dog's head, you control the dog. Okay, and it takes very little correction, very little, to get the dog to do what you want it to do. When it's all the way up where it's supposed to be, it takes very little of a correction. Now I'm going to show you how I put this on my dog. Max very rarely uses or gets a prong collar. Every once in a while we'll put it on him to get some nice fine work, but very rarely, as you can see in the video, he doesn't need it. He's a very obedient dog. Max, come! Up! There you go. This is Max, 4-year-old Belgian Malinois. Sit! Atta boy. He's got a very good recall. He's a very obedient dog. He loves seeing the prong collar because he knows he's going to get to work. So we take the prong collar, whoops, and we put it up on top. Sometimes when he's up high, I can't see. Anyway, so I make sure that the Herm Springer's little signature deal is right there in the middle. That way I always know that it's on correctly. The D-ring is just under his right ear right here. When I give him a correction, it's all on the top. It mimics what his mother did when she had him as a puppy. Okay, it's just a quick correction. It doesn't take much at all. Oh, Max, sorry about that, bud. And that's it, folks. It's not that hard. If you have tension on this prong collar, you're doing it incorrectly. If you have the prongs underneath against the windpipe and the trachea, you're doing it wrong. My opinion. I mean, you're going to get a lot of comments here, and we'll definitely respond to anybody that has something to say. Please keep it civil, and we can have a good conversation about this. Thanks for watching my video, and you all have a great time training your dogs. Thank you. Max, go!